like different region have something that they are well known. But like if I say doro what, that's like everybody eats that everywhere. It's the way it's cooked. Let me see what else is something. There might be some dishes that are cooked mainly in Addis, but there might be some areas, I would say. But the stewing is the way it's cooked. I would say there are some vegetarian dishes that you will not find it anywhere else but in Addis. There's one is like it's in our menus. It's called buticha. It's a chickpea paste. It's so you boil like the chickpea. It's like the flour, but then you cool it down and you add like lemon, lemon juice, squeeze a fresh lemon, and then like olive oil, and then some hot pepper, a little bit chili, the green chili, cut it, and then you mix that and you make it cool. So it's summertime, especially, it's good. Those kind of dishes you find them only in Addis, or if you have like special wedding or something. That's not common if you go anywhere else and you can't find those. Like we have that on the menu. In the capital city, like most people eat like more like Western, but in general the country, this is traditional way of eating. Like you eat this, you don't eat by yourself usually. You have somebody. It's not like you don't eat alone. Like here we eating while we're walking. It's not like that. So it's very traditional, I would say. Try to keep it mostly traditional. Try to make it. They expect the food to be really hot, spicy, but it shouldn't be hot spicy, but it is spicy. So they say, "Oh, did you mild this just for us? For Americans?" I said, "No, this is how you eat it." There are dishes that are really spicy, and you know, like the steak tartare or something that's done with a very hot, spicy chili. But other than that, we try to make it, whatever they cook at home. The only thing we do is we don't put like too much salt. It's not healthy, not too much grease. Some dishes like the doro, what they put a lot of butter. We have two kinds. One we have with olive oil, one we have with butter, but we don't put too much butter. So something like that. Some of them is difficult, very to get the spices, but it's expensive also. I guess like some of them is easy because most of the spices we use is like fresh garlic, which is easy to get. Fresh ginger, it's easy to get. The cayenne pepper is the main ingredient. It's very hard to get. The way we process it in Ethiopia is a little different. You do it like sun dry, very slow process, a natural process, and you put also some other spices in it, and then it is very good. So it's hard to get that one. Sometimes we get it from Ethiopia, sometimes we can get it here. But otherwise, in general, it's okay to get it. One ingredient called teff, T-E-F-F. It's also gluten-free. Now a lot of people are demanding that, so we have that. That is a distributor all over. I would say like in DC and California, there's a lot of Ethiopian restaurants. It's very, very large. So there's distributors that get some of these items to Washington or to California, like the teff. There's also an American person who used to live in Ethiopia, she's in Michigan. She has a farm, and she farm teff, and she distributes.
Wow.
It's very interesting. Yeah, it's called Mescal Teff Company. So you can even Google it, and she's like there. So we get the teff from her. So it's easy now. It used to be very difficult years ago, but now it's easier. There is no processing food. You don't process food. You don't preserve it. It may change now, but I've been here too long. But usually, whatever you get, you have to use it right away because you can't save it either. So everything you eat is fresh. Fruit, vegetables, meat. It's like you want lamb, they cut the sheep right there, and then you just do that at home, and you eat it in a couple of days. It's fresh, so you don't freeze, you don't keep anything. So that's how it was. Here, whatever they call it fresh, we get it. Whatever is considered fresh, but on American standard, that's what we get. The wholesaler get. We don't cook any frozen thing because that doesn't taste good.
Yeah.
So we don't use that. whatever they think is fresh. I mean, it's fresh because I see like the carrots coming in a bag, the potatoes coming, everything is, you see whatever they call it fresh. We don't keep anything, it has to be, I think we follow a little bit the same routine, but you have to follow the guideline of the city inspection and everything. But
Right.
Whatever they call fresh, we get it. I would say most of them, they may not be aware of that Ethiopian food has really a very good nutrition, as well as the spices we use are very healthy. Like the Ethiopian restaurant, the one we have in Boston, we get a lot of business from the medical area, like Tufts, Harvard University, people who read because of the content of what we cook with. But Ethiopians are coming, they see like American food like at the higher standard, the sweet stuff, all those carbohydrates they're not more aware of like nutrition, I would say. Most people, unless they have some background with that, and they just they come and they just go to the American, and then they come back and they say, oh wow, what was I doing, kind of thing. Yeah, they're not really aware of the nutrition, because Ethiopia is a very old country, like 3,000 years old.
Yeah.
And then the cooking is a big thing. It takes time. But apparently, it's, like garlic, I didn't know when I was in Ethiopia, like my mom used to eat the fresh garlic, she just cut it and then put something, and a lot of people eat, they said it prevents you from illness. I don't know where they get that idea. I think from practicing, and I thought they were just joking, or they just don't know what they're doing. Like a lot of people have no background. Like my father has some education in public health. He's from the public health department, but my mom doesn't. But they all of them eat garlic, especially sometime, and they say it prevents you. And I thought they don't know what they're doing. But when I came to the United States and read about stuff, in college, and garlic's supposed to increase your immune system, I was like, wow, these people are smart. They know what they're doing. I mean, most of the food that is really good by research, they eat them in Ethiopia. I was like, wow, these people are advanced, even though I didn't think so when I was there. Now I'm learning.
Yeah.
I guess one is not available. Two, I think it's how they see America in general. They, because there's always, like in Ethiopia, there's a lot of positive thing about America. Some country they may not have that. I don't know, in Ethiopia, when we watch like American movie when I was in Ethiopia, like the soap, not the soap, but most of the movies, like we've seen them. So a lot of young people wants to come to the USA, and then everything to do with USA is something good. They have that concept, and they have very, very positive attitude. So it's the civilized world, it's a new world. So everything that's happening here is like the big thing. So the food, the same thing. And then you don't eat like French fries in Ethiopia. There's different way of cooking. You eat potato, but not that way. And it's crunchy, You don't get those kind. And a lot of sweet stuff. It's not. Some people cannot afford it. And then it's like your birthday, you get cake and stuff, but otherwise it's not something that you eat every day. So it's plenty of food here also. So they have all kind of positive thinking about America, so that will influence everything. I believe, I think coming from, because like if I tell my sister, don't eat this, don't eat that, she might not listen, but the professional people telling them, I think to tell them directly, they understand, like Americans' approach is different than Ethiopians. They know that. It's like direct. Yeah, as you said, the Ethiopians' approach is different. To tell you something, they might go like around and around instead of telling you the fact. You eat very slowly, and it's like not too much sugar in the food. There's not too much cream. You don't put something like that. You don't put too much dairy in it. Like sometimes they say like vegetarian. The vegetarians are vegan. So we get a lot of business for vegan vegetarian, because that's how it's cooked. Here, like sometimes Wednesday and Friday, I can't eat. I have to be vegan. And then when I go outside to eat, and then it's cheese, they put cheese in it. That's not vegan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if the food is very healthy, I think, the way it's cooked is, I think it's gonna take off in the future. It's becoming more known to the USA now.
Yes.
But it's gonna be the future good thing, I would say, because it's really healthy stuff, and people are really now going back like to the whole food thing. So I think it's gonna be very helpful.